Hi Gemini, this is going to be your art channeled message and tarot reading. I channel messages through art, movies, music, really anything that I relate with my Pisces Mercury. I'm a Pisces Sun and Pisces Mercury, so I've always been drawn to anything creative. There are no rules to my readings, so if you feel drawn to this message, by all means, this is a safe space, this is an open space. This is a free for all for everyone, basically. So yeah, what I started drawing for you was a book. A book from the back as it's opened with the pages showing as if it's being skimmed through. I heard don't judge a book by its cover. It's like you're being judged rather harshly. It's like people are getting the wrong idea of you. The wrong idea of your story. No pun intended. Actually, pun intended. I did see someone skimming through a book, not necessarily taking the time to read it, if you know what I mean. Taking the time to understand it. If anything, all they will get is a summary. They won't fully grasp anything. They'll get bits and pieces of the plot, but never the whole story. Never the full experience of immersing yourself in a good book. There's an element of focusing on one flaw you have, and then I got one character flaw. Because you know how in stories, characters usually have a character flaw that they need to overcome? Something you already overcame or need to overcome, and people are giving you a hard time over it. There's this energy of that. Then I got character development. You've moved past this flaw in your story, but they can't see that because they're still reading the same page. And that's very deep. I really love this channeled message. It's very deep and it's very unique the way it's coming to me. It's like they can't possibly understand you or what you've been through if they're skimming throughout your book. AKA looking at your life based on a small portion of it, thinking they know you. It's like looking at a stranger and thinking you just have everything summed up about them. That's an assumption. It's not necessarily, that's a bias. It's an assumption, not necessarily facts. You feel so misunderstood. I got misrepresented as well. It's like people are trying to tell you who you are. And it's very frustrating for you. You're trying to move past this character flaw once again, or this reputation is what I heard. You have a reputation. There's this old self you're trying to, you just don't even want to think about it. You're not that person anymore. You've evolved and you spiritually evolved. You should be proud of that. If you haven't heard this in a long time, very proud of you. You've evolved, you've changed. You've gotten past this hardship. But it's others are just keep reading the same page or keep reminding you of it. That's what this could be as too. You keep getting reminded of your past mistakes somehow. I feel that's really a letdown for you. It's when people bring up your past mistakes in conversation, it's they're putting fear in your plans. I don't like this energy at all. It's almost like a sabotage-y energy. You're sick of reliving it too, I'm getting. It feels like you're reliving the past and you don't want to. Oh, I wanted to mention, when I was meditating on it, sometimes I do card pulls before I actually do the reading. And after this, I was getting this 5 of Pentacles energy. But more so in a way where you're being excluded or almost shunned from a group and they're leaving you behind. And I picture someone begging for acceptance again or begging for their way back in. It's hey, I've changed. I'm the character in the story it's almost like the enemy turned good guy. And it's not working. It's almost like you're begging for acceptance. I say in general, this is just my biased input. You should never have to force yourself into an area you're no longer welcome. If you can try to make amends with people, but if they're not responsive, that's not your fault. Because guess what? When it comes to the person you see every day in the mirror, would you say they've changed? Only you can say that. They're not This is your autobiography. This isn't a fiction book. It's almost like they're reading the fiction book, you're reading the truth. You know, people write their own autobiography. It's like, write your own story then. Don't let people write it for you. I like this. It's like, give yourself credit though, Gemini. Like, you're definitely trying. I'm not quite sure what this flaw is, but could have been you acted a certain way when you were going through a hard time and people took that personally. Okay, first card out, I'm going to get the heart of the reading. Abundance. You're coming into abundance. You grew. You improved, like, you made this is the character development. The flower grew. The flower is ready. The flower is no longer just a seed. The flower is starting over. And then I see the flower is surrounded. The white one sticks out, does it not? It's almost like you're odd one out. That's a good way to depict this Five of Pentacles energy. All of these are the same color, and that one's white. It's right in the middle, it sticks out. It's like, it's almost like you can't sit with us. And I feel like that's hurting your feelings. You were cut out. And so now you're playing catch up. Now you're trying to prove yourself in a way. Not allowed in. And I did say, like, you can write your own story. I see that too as, like, you can go down this path alone. You don't need to force yourself in places where you're rejected or treated like you're less than, because you are not. You are abundant. You've made great change. Regardless of, I feel like there's just dealing with rejection of some sort. Rejection from a group. It's like, hey, I'm different now, even though, ooh, that flower is bigger than the others, so maybe you've surpassed this. You're no longer an energetic match to this group or these people. And you're wondering what's wrong. It's making you wonder what's wrong with you, when you should really be thinking, like, wow, I'm elevating. Maybe even past them. Like, it's almost like you were behind them before, you were going through something, but you're coming out of it. You grew past it. You survived. It's like a flower surviving the climate when it's dry and there's no water. They pulled their attention away. It's like you felt starved of attention or starved of acceptance. Interesting. It's like you can't wait for them to water you. You have to water yourself. It's a perfect way of putting this. I love when I get good analogies or good comparisons, because it makes things more interesting. Embracing. I did say, like, you're the one that has to look at yourself in the mirror every day. There's the reflection. If you like what you see, and look at the white again. If you like what you see, I'm almost like you feel clean. You feel like the past is no longer burdening you. You don't want to be burdened by the past anymore. It's like, it's messing with you. And whatever this is reminding you of it. It's like, maybe you need to leave these people in the past and embrace the new. It's almost like standing in the past and getting ready for what's to come. And this road, I did say, this could be a path alone. You're on the path of isolation. And I think you like that. But you're just holding, someone's trying to make closure that things have changed. I'm thinking of a movie too, or in a book, how some characters might die off, or some characters might come out way differently at the end of the story than they came in the first place. Things change. It's almost like the tip of the iceberg, the climax. This climax was losing friends. But you're still trying to embrace who you are. You're trying to write your own story once again. It's like if you like what you see in the mirror, that's all that matters. It's the perfect cards for this. And look, leadership. That polar bear is all by itself. And again, another white card. And the white is, it's right smack dab in the middle. Like can't ignore this. You might, I'm getting also too, like you might stick out right now, but it's because you're big. You draw attention. There's this glow to the bird, the flower, and the polar bear. So you're glowing. I don't know what that means. That glow is the character development. That glow is the lesson you've learned. That lesson could have also been, I'd rather be alone than surround myself with people that do not accept me, or with people that reject me, that don't like me embracing who I really am. Ooh, embracing your authentic self. Maybe when the mask came off, that's when the people you've attracted with that mask came off too. Like they just everything started shedding away when you've made this development. You're sick of reminding yourself of the past as well. We're already at 11 minutes. I might just do a few tarot cards because I feel like I've already got the messages very clear. I love the bird's reflection there. This took a turn. I'm also saying that reflection as like the bird's not looking at the reflection. It's almost like avoiding it, like they're disgusted with themselves. Something you did in the past that you need to forgive yourself for. Getting a very 5 of cups. Crying over spilled milk. Crying over things you can't change. Or crying over people you can't change. Because some people just won't like you. Some people might not accept you or want you around. But that does not mean you aren't wanted in a different area. Flowers bloom everywhere, not just in one spot. There's a dozen more flowers that look like that. It's just you're not with them yet. You haven't found your tribe where you fit in the most. Right now you feel like you stick out, but it's only because you're bigger. Come on, look at that flower. Right in the middle, right in the center of attention. Queen of Swords. Getting that talking energy again. So you feel like, I'm getting this is gossip, the Queen of Swords. You feel like people look down at you or talk about you. But I'm mainly getting gossip. And then this is you fighting between having closure, past, future. Will I let this go, or will I accept the new? And I feel like too, like, this is you feeling like the gossip is your responsibility. It's like you're carrying it. Very anxious energy, going back and forth in your mind. It's like, oh, I'm okay with this. The other part of you is like, wait, I need to be accepted. I need this. No, you do not. I'm also getting to, it looks like she's speaking to somebody in this card. You don't need to explain yourself anymore. It's an internal conflict that needs to be put to rest. Embrace the ups and downs. And there's the climax. Then I say climax of a book or climax of the movie. Here you are. There's the climax where things change. It's never like it is in the beginning. And you need to, I think there's this denial, not wanting to accept it. Accept something's over. And don't let this gossip get to you, because I'm definitely seeing that is surrounding you. Just the trying to either talk fear into you or say who Gemini is. Is this for Gemini? No, I forget who this reading is for. I got mixed up, but yeah. Same thing applies. You're no longer what they say about you, or whatever happened in the past, whatever you've done. It's time to forgive yourself. I'm also saying this, I forgive myself, I don't. Keeping yourself in a very vicious cycle. It's almost like a vicious cycle of hate for oneself. Not wanting, can't even bear to look at yourself in the mirror. I'm gonna get one more oracle card as like future outcome you need to work on. Do not pay this Queen of Swords energy any mind, because only you can write your own autobiography. Queen of Swords is also logical. So someone thinks they're being logical, but they're not. Someone thinks this is the truth, but it is not. Let them explain all they want. It is not your problem. I'm picturing someone like just dropping the pentacles, dropping the coins. I give up. That's what you should do. Well, I'm not telling you what to do, but that's kind of the energy you're coming into. Ooh, okay. What is to come? Enlightenment. Ooh, there's the ship, there's the climax. The ship is on fire. Putting the pentacles down, like I'm done. I'm done with you, I'm done with this. It's like someone's just saying, fuck it. I like this, they're coming in, you're embracing this fuck it energy. Like I'll be alone if I have to. You're realizing you can't change things. You can't change everything, you can't please everybody. You're burning that boat. And I'm also saying like you're burning that bridge. You know how you burn a bridge with, you're burning a bridge with the past, and you're burning a bridge with like the connections you have here once and for all. This is big. It's like you're making a statement. A huge statement. Now things are smooth sailing. It's not like we're a bumpy ride. A lot of ups and downs with this environment, with these people, with this group. You're not having it anymore. You're coming into this energy of enlightenment. Now you get it. Now you get it much better. Okay, Gemini, that's the end of your reading. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, support the channel in any way you can, and keep writing your own story. Only you know who you are at the core. People only know versions of you. If you think about it, this is really deep. Only you can fully understand yourself. Don't look to the outside for that. They can keep reading the same page, thinking they know it all, but they do not. Only you do. Only you have that enlightenment. That true enlightenment at the core. Ooh, and I also just heard, this is an extra message, seek what sets your soul on fire. Okay, Gemini. Bye.